Hey everyone, welcome to May's Log Life. I'm May, and this is actually my second impression of the new Tempo Matte Luxe VL Large Tote Bag. That is quite a mouthful, because I actually recorded or started recording my first impression, and then about I guess, well, I had basically gone through all the colors. I had watched the video through once, and then my phone told me that I had no more memory. And it cut me off, and I didn't know exactly when it cut me off. I just got a little flashy thing and looked down, and apparently it stopped recording, and I don't know when that happened. So, anyway, so needless to say, I didn't end up finishing my video, and of course, the whole first impression thing is totally ruined, because now I've seen this, and I've even watched the video. So, anyway, so it's a second impression video, but I thought let's just talk about it. Let's just do this. It's tradition. I guess I should just do it anyway. So, yeah, so let's talk a little bit quickly. So, yeah, for those of you who have not seen this, let's just go through the colors once again with me. It feels weird I'm doing this twice. I feel like I've already said all this stuff. So if I say something and I say something like, as I said earlier, it's because I did say it earlier. But if I didn't say it in this video, I apologize in advance, because this is weird that I'm doing a second video back to back, so I just had to go in and clear through. I got rid of a bunch of videos and a bunch of photos. I think I even got rid of an app that I wasn't using because, yeah, I just was like, okay, I am not going to do this a third time. So, anyways, the cool thing is there's a white one, which is kind of cool. I wasn't sure if they would continue doing white. Lug has never really done white before. I know that they did release white in a couple of the vegan leathers, but it is interesting to see it, to see the white come back. So there's the white, and then we'll look at the interior. Now this interior actually makes sense. That looks really beautiful and really fresh. I really like this combination of that interior, that sort of sky blue with the swallows print. I really like it. Is that swallows? Maybe it's not swallows. It's birds. The black is the one I was a little bit worried they were going to put that into, but luckily they didn't. They actually put the was abstract fern. So again, much better. It makes so much more sense. And let's see here. This is a brand new color. I think is new to the vegan leathers. Now I think it does. I think they have it in the hitch. And I guess we forgot to talk about the whole matte luxe, but I'll go back to that in a minute. See, I feel like I've already said all this stuff, so I don't want to say it again. Let's look at the interior of that one. We will go back and we'll talk about the actual VL. So I do love that. I think the colors work really well. I think it's a nice, like it's soft and feminine, but it's not too girly, so I kind of like it. And let's see what else. Copper. Still love, oops, why did that go? Still love the copper. Don't love the interior for me. It's just me, personally. So the zebra print. I guess I'll never be getting a copper vegan leather or anything, because they always put that interior in it, and it's not my favorite. And same with the olives. They often put in the camo. But this time, they put in the wildflower olive, which is so much nicer. So I actually can consider, you know, olive green in the vegan leather now, if this is going to be the new interior. Now, it's not my favorite print, but I like that it's colorful. I love that it's like a ton of color, and it's a happy print. Yeah, me personally, I'm not really into camo, and camo to me, especially when it's green, it's like that real camo, like camo taupe, camo green. That's literally what the material, what the military wears. So to me, I'm like, this is not a happy bag. This is like wartime. You know, when I think, you know, camo, I don't think of the cool print. I think of what it represents, and I think that's why I don't like it in my interiors or on my bags at all. I feel like there are only so many people who are allowed to wear camo, and I'm not one of them, because I am not fighting any battles anywhere. So yeah, so that's why I like this one, because it's got the blues, like the tealy blues, the orange, and the coral, I think. So it can even be like a spring bag. It can be an autumn bag. There's some autumn colors in there. There's almost some springy, summery colors in there. So anyways, I actually really love this color combination. So it's possible if this goes down low enough, I might consider getting that one. The pearl, which is, I think really nice in the other leather, but I feel like this one's almost a little too muted. So, but I do love the interior. I think the color is a really excellent match, and it does sort of freshen up the bag. It really sort of makes it a lot more alive. So that's really, really nice. I do love that they've really done a good job here with all the, with all of the colors of the exterior matching the interior. The sand, and it is camo. Enough said. But it's a good camo. It works. Like, again, those colors do work together really, really, really well. I just don't do camo. So, but luckily I don't think I'll be getting the sand anyway. So, works out. And then they brought back the slate blue. And it made me a little sad that they're not using the dragonfly navy. Because I loved dragonfly navy. But you know what? This is actually a much better color match. The Dragonfly Navy, as cute as it was, and as much as I love Dragonfly Navy, it would have been a really dark interior. And it doesn't really match the color. I like this one so much better, as far as the color matchiness. Had it been the Dragonfly Navy, I actually would have been happier for me, because I happen to just love that print and I can't get enough of it. But this is genuinely a nicer color. So, okay, so now let's go back and talk about the vegan leather. So, let's see if we can get a better photo of it. That's pretty good, I guess. We can really, really see the grain. I don't know what I'm going to think about this. I think I have to see it up close and feel it up close. I'm not 100% sure if I want a leather bag that looks canvas, especially a bag this nice at this expensive. It's a $207 bag, Canadian dollars. That's insanity. So if I'm going to be spending over $200, like well over $200 because of tax, I want this not to look like a casual bag that I'm just sort of taking grocery shopping. I think that's my problem with this. As cool as it is, that it has that texture and it does looks like a canvas bag. So if you want something casual that is not canvas, because I mean, let's be honest, canvas, as cool as it is, it gets dirty really easily. It gets ripped and scuffed really, really easily. Like a canvas, anything can look really tattered really, really fast because it's just not a durable fabric. And it just sucks in dirt and oils and things really fast. So your canvas bag can look really ratty really fast. Whereas this one, you can have a canvas look without it looking like it's been dragged through the mud, which I love. However, when I buy a canvas bag, it's a casual bag. And it's one that I want to sort of muck around in, but I don't want to spend $200 for a bag I muck around with. So I don't know. I think it's going to be a fine balance for me as to where I use this bag if I were to get it. But I do like it, but I don't think I know what to do with a leather bag that looks like canvas. So I think that's where we're at. And I don't know how far it would have to come down for me to actually decide that, this bag is something that's worth getting. I think I still want to see it in real life and feel it and see whether what it looks like with the light, because in these photos it's always a little bit deceptive. Sometimes they're darker than in real life, sometimes they're lighter than in real life, other times they're shinier or less shiny, so I could never really tell until I get it in front of me. So it definitely looks less shiny than the other one, so if you don't like that shiny leather, this is the way to go. But I think the fact that it looks like canvas, it worries me. And now this is something that I was not going to say, because when I made the first video, I was like, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe it's a good thing that I ran out of time and I couldn't record this, but I'm going to probably say it now anyways. But as I was saying in my previous video, I find this particular fabrication in that quilting, that sort of whatever that is, wave quilting, it looks like the lining of a maxi pad. No? like this is what my panty liners look like. So when I first saw this, when I made the video, I did make a panty liner comment, and I thought, well, maybe I won't say it. Maybe I'll be nice and I'll just leave that out. But I'm looking at it right now and I can't help but say it. But anyway, so that's another reason why maybe I'm not going to be getting this particular one in this quilting. I, believe it or not, think if the vegan leather was just this on both sides, believe it or not, I think I would be more happy with it. Because I'm so sorry. This reminds me of a panty liner. That's all I can say. I don't know why, especially when I saw it in the blush. When I saw it in the blush, I almost lost it. So let's just look together, shall we? So when you look at this thing in like really close, like it just, and the sand, when I looked at it in the sand, I'm like, holy cow, it's, yeah. So anyways, it's something that I think I would have to see in real life. Oh, that's cute. I hadn't seen this photo yet. But it's not something I'm willing to spend $207 plus tax to find out. I'm hoping that one of my friends will get it first, and then I will have a look at hers first, and then see if it's something that looks as good as I hope it will, and it's worth spending that extra money. But for now, this is probably not going to be something I'm going to get excited about. I don't know. We'll see. So, like I said, all the vegan leather in this matte luxe finish is something I feel like I'm going to have to sort of, yeah, see first. So either the stores around me will have to get it in stock, which is unlikely, or my friends will have to get it. Or it comes out in a different product that I get, and then I'll have a much better sense of the fabric or the new fabrication before I actually, invest this much money into a bag this big. So let's look at the video really quickly. And no sound. I actually do like that bag in that background. Like it goes really well with her pants and the little green pillows in the back. It's very like 1991. Those three colors, like whatever that family of tones are. So it's basically just a regular tempo. I don't think they changed anything really as far as the layout. It has all the great features that a tempo has, so that's really great. They just changed the look of it, and they've updated some of the linings, which is great. I definitely prefer this assortment of colors versus I think what they had in the beginning. So like there's probably not one of these that I wouldn't want. Like if someone said, here, have one of these, I wouldn't be like, okay, I gotta sell this right away. I think I'd probably keep all of them. Even the copper. If someone gave me a copper, I'd probably keep it. Because I do like copper. I'm just not into the interior. And by the way, that interior pocket, that insulated pocket is so awesome. I love any bag that has an insulated pocket. I'm a huge sucker for insulated pockets. I think I have 3 bags that I got at the warehouse sale that I got essentially mainly because there was an insulated pocket in them. I think if you put an insulated pocket in anything, I'm going to buy it. Except this one because I can't afford it. And the other thing I was mentioning earlier, see again, I feel like this is so stupid. I'm making a second video again when you didn't see the first one. But that charm bar is not vegan leather. So I was looking at my Flare 2, and it's just a regular fabrication. It's not the vegan leather fabrication. And my charm bar was the vegan leather, which I thought was weird. So on that bag, they didn't put the rubber one on. But on this bag that is vegan leather, they didn't use the vegan leather. I don't understand that. I think it's really weird. Now, the rubber does, I guess, allow for your little charm to stay on better, because I guess it has a better grip, as opposed to the vegan leather, which it might just slide off more easily. So there's something to be said for that. But you have it in vegan leather. Like, you've made other bags with the charm bar in vegan leather. Why would you not do that for this one? It would have made the lines a lot smoother. Your eye wouldn't have been like, what? What's this? As much. If it was all the exact same fabrication, I think it would have just been a nice sort of little, I think, another element as opposed to a whole feature. So anyway, so there we go. I do love that these are padded and rubberized. When you're carrying a bag this big with these long tote handles, you definitely want something that has rubber on them. So I'm really glad they kept that. Yeah, I really like this bag. I just feel like I don't want to spend $207 on a bag that looks like canvas. Now, I realize the canvas look is very in style, so therefore, I guess, technically, quote, more fashionable. And so it is more trendy, but I can't justify, because when I was growing up, canvas is like the bag that you get because you can't afford a leather bag. And it wore out in days. And so whenever I think a canvasy looking thing, I just think, people who like to draw on their bag. So I used to go to a school that was like an artsy school. And so anybody with a canvas bag basically just drew all over it. Because it would take any of the markers and any of the fabric paints really, really well. But anybody else who didn't paint them, they just looked like crud within about, I don't know, like a month. Like by December, everyone who had canvas bags looked like they'd been run to the mud. So anyway, so it looks like all the features are the same. I don't think they've changed anything, but I did, just because I had the break between this video and the previous video that I recorded, I did actually go in to look at the measurements, because I wasn't sure. I hadn't remembered what the measurements were on the previous tempo. So I'm just going to stop this video for a second and let's go take a look at the measurements. So according to this, the measurements are 20.5 inches wide, at 12.5 inches high, and 7.25 inches deep. Now, I do happen to have the measurements. I thought I'd call it up for the old one. And you look, the old one was 17 inches wide. So it's a little tiny bit bigger than the old one. Now, I don't know if that's why they're charging you that much more. So for what, an extra 3 inches? Is it 20.5 or 20? 20.5. So for 3.5 inches more, 207 versus 175. I don't know. I'm not sure if those 3 inches are going to make or break whether or not I spend $207. So, anyways, other than that, it's the same height and it's the same depth. It weighs a little. It weighs. What am I saying? Does it weigh? Yeah. No. 2 pounds. Yeah. So the old one weighs a little bit less, simply because obviously if it's a little bit smaller, it would be a little bit, it'd be a little bit lighter, but even the straps are the same, 10.5, 10.5. So, you know, I guess if you want a slightly wider bag, then I guess you would get the new one. If you prefer something a teeny bit, a little bit smaller, you get the smaller one. So the older one. So they said the only other thing that they changed that I could tell was they did add the rubber sort of soft padded strap, whereas this one doesn't have it at all. And I think that was one of the main complaints, if I recall. One of the things that people were really upset about was that this thing did not have a padded or rubberized grip. And because it's vegan leather, it's slippery on both sides. So when you put that on your shoulder, it kept sliding. So they made it a little bit bigger and they added this rubberized little thing, which I actually prefer, because I always have problems with things sliding off my shoulder. And one of the main reasons why I love Luxe bags is that most of them do have some kind of rubberized thing, or at the very least it's padded. So there's always some kind of added comfort feature on the straps. So yeah, so for basically just adding those two things, from what I can tell now, let me know in the comments if there's something else that's different. I didn't go through feature by feature by feature. But like I said, from right off the bat, the two things that are different, the size and that rubberized grip. So is that worth, what is it? 175? Is that what it was? 175 for the other one? Is it worth, an extra $30, 30 some odd bucks? I don't know. Possibly. It might be for me, to be honest with you. Just that rubberized thing alone might be. But I don't know. We'll have to see. But I think I like this better. This quilting and this, like just the look of that leather better, because it looks like a real expensive leather bag. Like, I have had leather bags that looked similar to this as far as the color, the sort of sheen and look of it, and it was a much more sort of high-end bag. This, getting a canvas bag is a sort of lower end bag. So I don't know. I feel like if I'm going to drop $207, oops, that's not the one I wanted. Then I would probably, what did I just do? Where'd it go? Oh, I lost it. Okay, I lost it. Anyways, I think I would prefer to get the other one versus this one. So anyway, so that is my second impression of the Tempo Matte Luxe Vegan Leather Large Tote Bag. And I also missed the sale. I know that it was on. I just saw that it was available, and it's been a crazy busy weekend. I haven't had time to do anything. I haven't even had time to come on and answer emails. So, anyway, so yeah, so I missed the sale, but I think the sale was actually pretty good for Canadians. I think it ended up being $124, like 39% off, I think if I recall. So it was actually a really, really good sale. So for $124, was I willing to get this? Maybe. But you know what? The reason why I didn't get it, one, because I didn't have time to even think about it. Secondly, I just kind of thought, I don't really need a bag like this right now. Where am I going where I need a nice sort of more vegan leather bag? The third thing is, weirdly, and I haven't said it, I actually do have one. Technically, I have a Tempo already. It's just still in a box, and I haven't even opened it. And the reason for that is because it's a bag that I'm trying to save to motivate myself to get this one thing in my life done. It's been hanging over me probably for 2.5 years. And I kind of thought if I got myself a really nice thing as a reward for getting it done, it would motivate me to get it done. And it sort of has, except it's been stymied by a whole bunch of other things that are out of my control. So I have sworn that I would not open this box and I would not use that bag until this thing in my life was finally finished and over with, and I could check it off my list and then move forward, and then I would reward myself with getting that bag. So because of that, I don't want to get another Tempo when I haven't even opened up my other one. So if I really desperately want a Tempo, I can just go into my box and get a Tempo. So that was the other reason why I thought, even though the price was excellent, I didn't want to make a purchase for another Tempo if I especially don't like the Tempo. Although I think the thing that I was most worried about was the fact that the shoulder strap was going to come sliding off, and they'd fixed it here. So anyway, so we'll see. Maybe there's another sale coming up, because I know that the Tempos do come on sale every once in a while on LugLife for about that price. So, you know, I got to assume that maybe these ones will also come down in price pretty low. It doesn't look like they've sold out of any colors. So they obviously sold a bunch of them on the weekend at the lower price for both QVC customers and for the Canadian customers. So even at that price point, they clearly haven't sold out of any of the colors. So it looks like I've got some time to wait for when they decide to have it as a host pick, or if they decide to do it as an extra special thing. I mean, some of the colors that I might want might be gone, but you know what? As I was saying earlier, there isn't really a color here that I wouldn't get. So if someone gifted me any of these, I would keep it and I would carry it. I'd be more than happy to have it. So I'm really happy that they have just got a bunch of solids. These are some excellent solids. There's a really beautiful array of colors. So you've got some spring colors, some summer colors, some warmer fall colors, things that are darker, things that are lighter. It's great. So I'm so happy that this is the lineup of colors. They've done an excellent job with matching the interiors. Yeah, so it's possible I will get this one day, just not right now. So there we go. So that is the video. Please tell me if you got one, and if you got one, tell me what color. And what are you using your Tempos for? Like, are you using it for work? Is it a school bag? Is it, you know, like your shopping bag? Like, what is it? I'm always curious to know how people use all their different bags, because I don't think I use bags the same way everybody else does. So I'm just very curious about this one. And tell me what you think of the quilting. I'm not sure. I'm sort of on the fence about this one. Half of me likes it and half of me goes, maxi pad. Sorry. Anyway, so there we go. I'm so sorry if I ruined that like quilt for everybody. I really hope I haven't put anything in your brain that I shouldn't have put, but I guess that's the danger of watching my videos, because I will say weird stuff and I seem to see the world through very crazy eyeballs, and I see things that maybe other people don't necessarily see off the bat, but I sometimes therefore ruin it for other people. So I'm really, really sorry if I've done that. Anyway, so there we are. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time.